Okay, so what I have to do is this certain brand comes with like this real hard plastic, and it has the name and all that. And on one of these, on this one, I don't know if y'all can see that. I definitely like cut the whole thing off, and it's like I'm not going to be able to tell, who I ordered it from. I did put the with a with a permanent marker I put on the back over here. I marked it and stuff. This one I was a little bit more careful, and I managed to cut just along right here. So you got to be real careful because you don't want to cut into the battery. If you do cut into the battery, then it's just not going to be good. So let me see if I can do this. Let's see if I can do this right here. And I think if you just score it, and then you can come back and just pull it, and it'll cut right through there. So let's see if I can just do that. So that kind of went through right there. All right, so now what we can do is we can just go, and I'm just going to cut from here up. And then let's see if it'll just come up. Now you do got to be careful that while you're taking this apart, that you're not shorting out the positive to negative and stuff. So you got to be real careful with that because it will spark. I mean, these things have a lot of energy. There you go. That went a lot better. There you go. Okay, so now I'm just able to do that number. Okay, so now I have access to this. I know on this one, what I had to do, I did have to cut back here also because it tends to be a little bit longer. So I did have to cut back here and then bend these things in right here because you can bend them in to make them fit in there. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So let me just go ahead and if you don't care about saving that lettering right there, just cut. You can just cut right along right here and take it off. I don't know, my OCD is kicked in here, so I'm gonna try and do this as best as I can. And again, I'm just kind of scoring this stuff. I'm not pressing way too hard. Right, so now I'm just going to cut that way right there, from right there. And hopefully it'll pull that off. Well, I don't know if y'all see that it's pulling a whole bunch more off. I know it's kind of hard to see because it's, yeah, oh well. Yeah, just be careful with a knife that you don't cut yourself. I guess I didn't score it good enough. All right, there we go. Trying not to get my fingers in the way there, but I just got to hold it some way. All right. Anyway, y'all get the idea. Okay. I'm not going to show anymore. It's just taking too long. All right. I'll be back. Okay. Finally got a little bit of that plastic off over here. Now I'm just going to pull this off over here. Now there's some tape there. I've already cut through the tape right here. And I'll probably have to cut through the tape over here. But let me go ahead and just start bringing that up, and it's going to expose the stuff there. And that's what I'm going to unsolder. Now, why am I wanting to keep this on? Well, and I know it's probably hard to see there because it's showing you the plus and the negative on there. Obviously, you could just take a marker and mark it, you know, back here or on the front. But anyway, it's just, I don't know, my OCD kicking in. All right, so this guy, I'm going to go ahead and just cut this. I'm going to cut right there. And I think I need to change the blade on this thing. Yeah. Here we go. All right, so there I've cut that. And so now be real careful not to be like bending these a whole bunch of time because they've already been bent. The leads coming off the battery have already been bent. And if you keep bending this, they'll break off. Now, the cool thing about these is that they're soldered, which is awesome because you're going to need to solder them on here. Some of those other ones that I got, other batteries that I got, this part right here, the actual lead coming off the battery, let me see if I can do this. The actual lead coming off the battery connected here was actually what they call is welded on. Okay, they use a welder and it kind of like welds it on, doesn't solder it. And so then you have to cut those off, and then you have to scratch them down so that the solder can stick onto it, and that just takes a lot more work. And if you've never soldered before, and you're trying, I'm just going to go buy a soldering gun, I'm going to do this, you're going to get real frustrated, and it's just not going to work. So, all right, be back in a bit. Okay, so I'm pulling off this guy, and you just got to be careful when you're pulling off the tape. You're going to have to hold on to this thing, this little, it's a charging circuit board that doesn't let you overcharge the battery. And so it's, I just put my finger in there and pull this out. Because if you pull it, it's possible you'll ruin the connections and all that stuff right there. So now what I got to do is figure out how I'm going to hold this here. Let's see. All right, and I'm hoping you guys it's gonna be kind of hard to see there. I know it's because this stuff is like really small. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Come on, focus right here. Trying to get the camera to focus here. All right, there we go. No, it's going out. All right, I'm not sure what's going on. Let me go just a little bit wider. And all right, I'm not sure why it just doesn't want to focus on this thing right here. Come on. Focus right there. All right, well, anyway, I'm going to unsolder that. My gun is ready to go. You know what? I'm going to change sides on this.